Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The Abyss. This is a sort of a sudden, brand new addition to Disney Plus. I almost thought it was being added because it was on Hulu or something. It's from 20th Century Fox, and I didn't originally see it on my list of new things to add to Disney Plus. Every once in a while, they surprise us. I think this has also been released in 4K on physical media, on Blu-ray or 4K UHD. But they've also added it to Disney Plus, so it's 2 hours and 21 minutes. 2 hours and 21 minutes, from 1989, and it looks fantastic. It looks really clean for its age, shot on film at that time. And I'm going to make that there's a certain distinction that comes to this when it comes to this film. It's a kind of a milestone film when it comes to visual effects. It is known for being the first full 3D digital rendering of a creature and making use of the digital depiction of water all in one for 75 seconds. And it took Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, from Lucas's ILM, it took them 6 months to render 75 seconds. I can't spoil too much else in this because this movie is kind of, it defies a singular description. Some might say, is it a sci-fi film? Yeah, maybe, yeah. It's pretty much, it is a sci-fi. Is it a horror film? To certain degrees, yes, it is. Is it a action film? Yeah, it's got that. It's got those elements. Is it a romance? It's got a little bit. It's got a little bit. There's a certain passion between two characters. Is it almost an espionage film to a certain degree as well? It's got so many things going for it. It's directed by James Cameron, a man who likes shooting underwater. So yeah, this is 10 years before Titanic and many years before Avatar 2, which is mostly set in a water-like part of Pandora. And so yeah, this is James Cameron in his element. Most of this film takes place underwater in a vessel that was specifically designed to go to certain depths, and some civilian divers are given a special mission to seek out and explore what remains of a sunken submarine. They get paired with some military types from the government to oversee things, because there could be something sensitive down there. You don't know. And they figure, okay, that's worth it. We're getting paid triple, so let's just do this. It should be a walk in the park. It is not. Of course, there's a hurricane raging at the surface, just making things difficult, communication with the surface difficult, and leaving them with little resources beyond their own wits and know-how. Before going under, Mary Elizabeth Mastriantino, she plays Lindsay. She joins the crew, much to their chagrin. Nobody's a fan of hers. She's the ex of their kind of leader, Captain Bud, played by Ed Harris. And yeah, most of the people either do a pretty good job of, a pretty bad job of hiding their contempt for her, or some just come right out and say it. It's at least at one point one does. And Bud and her, Lindsay and Bud do not get along at all. It's bickering. It's a little bit of Han Solo, Princess Leia kind of thing, where there's still something there, but neither one of them will give in or admit it. So there's your romance angle. But it's so. Did I say that there was a romance? Yeah, there's a little bit of romance in this. Yes. But that's not the core of this story. It is the character core for our leads, what sort of drives them beyond finishing this mission. Well, what they find, and I'm not going to spoil it, what they find is something that nobody expected. It's, when you get an action, horror, sci-fi, drama, romance, if they could have made it a Western, I think somebody does wear a cowboy hat. They call it a Western. I don't know. Okay, there's at least 1-2 cowboy hats in this. There's even a pinball machine in this thing, and I did my best to figure out which pinball machine it was, but could have called it a video game movie. No, you can't do that. But yeah, being in this environment is a little bit claustrophobic. So if you have not, again, you have not seen it, you're a little claustrophobic. Yeah, it's pretty tight in there for a lot of it, and it increases the tension, especially as certain things come to light between the civilian crew and the government crew, and yeah, they don't get along too well. And with other things going wrong left and right, especially with the storm brewing up above, what can they do? What is going to happen? And suddenly, very strange things start happening around the vessel that they're in. I keep forgetting what the name of this thing is, but it's a massive machine that you can kind of live in, but also helps you launch other, let me say, like an underwater drone to shoot video, or little mini submarines. A lot of this technology, I don't know if it was the current technology of the time, or if it was just, the sci-fi element of it, where James Cameron and the designers created vessels that they kind of hoped would exist, and now probably do exist, as a result of not just this film, but the engineers who wanted to create something that allows James Cameron to go floating around looking at the Titanic every 10 minutes for fun. So yeah, we get that element with that technology and sci-fi. Did I say that my brain is going all sorts of wacko? They created a three-dimensional creature. Yeah, I think I said that. If not, three-dimensional creature, first of its kind, digitally rendered. This is the dawn of the digital age, whether you like it or not. Is to see this, I can't imagine seeing this in 1989 and going, what have we done? What can we do now? This is a hint of what you'll see. And honestly, I can't really spoil this, because when somebody talks about The Abyss, this is the scene that a lot of people talk about. A lot of people they'll show to say, the film The Abyss, blah, 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 is coming to Blu-ray or whatever. They'll show this scene. You can't really spoil it anymore. It's 36 years old. So, yeah, what are you going to do? So we get while it still has a pace that seems slower than today's movies, because it is a drama. It's not just a trigger happy kind of action superhero kind of thing. It is definitely has its human moments, its human conflicts kind of things, without being sensational. Some people just do not get along, and that increases the tension on the vessel. And when physically things start falling apart, even worse. There is some science in this, which I do not think is real yet, but they give the ability to breathe a liquid. Yeah, there's a breathable liquid that you're able to just consume or immerse yourself in. They use an example on a rat at some point, and they just throw that thing in the water or whatever it is with these compounds, and soon the rat's able to breathe underwater after a moment of panic. And as we're going through the film, you're like, why did they show that to us? Of course, it's going to come into play later. It's obvious. But yeah, we get a pretty interesting cast. We got Chris Elliott in a small part at the surface, who's not doing something weird or funny, which is kind of amazing. I can't talk too much more about what goes on in this film, because yeah, it is. There's a big spoilery turn that I can't talk about, but it's got plenty of action, violence. It's the kind of sci-fi film that younger kids these days probably wouldn't have the attention span for. It's 2 hours and 21 minutes long. And it's not a Marvel film. There's nobody in a cape or a shield, holding a shield or a hammer or iron armor or whatever. There's none of that. It's just very real human people, just sort of falling apart as things start to go wrong. and not to make it sound like it's a depressing kind of film, it's not. It has its humor as well. It's not a comedy by any means, but it has elements of humor throughout because the crew knows each other so well and how to push each other's buttons, and that lends to some humor. But when things turn dark, there's no amount of humor that's gonna get them through certain scenes. It's how some people cope, though. I will say that. So yeah, I mean, between Ed Harris, Mary Elizabeth Mastriantino, I hope I said that right. Michael Biehn is in this 2 years before he ends up coming back from, well, it's many years after being in Terminator. So he wasn't in Terminator 2. No. Or he was. I don't know. Michael Biehn's in this, which Cameron likes to use a lot. He gets a number of other people. When you see this film, you will recognize a number of people on your screen that played certain smaller roles, but it's still pretty freaking great. But yeah, this is a worthwhile trip. This is a watch it in the dark. It's not a horror film, but it has elements of being a horror film because there's some things you're not going to see coming if you don't know what this is all about. So I definitely recommend this. I thought I had seen it. If I did, I don't remember. I guess I had seen this scene enough over the years where I'm just like, okay, that's pretty cool, but I don't get it. I mean, I'm a sci-fi nerd, and I honestly don't know why I didn't see this, or why I don't remember seeing it. So, I say if you get a chance, it's now on Disney Plus, so you have an opportunity to watch it as much as you want. It is not one of Cameron's more approachable films, I don't think, because Titanic has a certain epic flourish. Also Terminator with it for its Arnold Schwarzenegger violence, and Terminator 2, of course, even more so. And of course Avatar with its this is a film that kind of lays the humongous amount of groundwork for what Avatar would become. The digital work done here by ILM lends so much to the work that you see in Avatar that pretty much makes up 90% of what you see on screen and looks more real than real a lot of the time. So if you're looking for a drama, a horror film, a sci-fi film, it's got it all. But don't expect the pace of a normal film. There is plenty of action, but a normal modern film, I should say. So, and there's a humongous comparison I want to make to a certain Spielberg film that if I say it, it's going to ruin the whole third act for you, I think. So I'm not going to do it. Oh, I don't have to take this off the list, off the mount, because I already know. I picked it yesterday, and I already know what we're watching tomorrow. Another 20th Century Fox property bought by Disney, brought over, and now on Disney Plus. This has been on Disney Plus for a while. I kind of forgot it was there because I'd seen the series, the TV series, the film is based on. Tomorrow, we're going to be watching The Simpsons movie. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that thing since a year or two after it came out. I'm just like, so this will be kind of a reunion of that experience. So tomorrow, The Simpsons movie is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.